Let's play Mardu Kaalia. So we had been talking a little bit yesterday about Arid of Glory Kaalia. This is something I had thought about too, and then we were like, oh shit, Atraxa is an angel, which is something I just asked, wait, is Atraxa an angel? And then we started to talk about it yesterday. And so here's my current draft. I played a little bit of a different build yesterday. But if you Arena of Gloria Kaalia, you get to put these bad boys into play. You can Goryo's Vengeance Kaalia, put one of these into play. If your opponent has Graveyard Hate post board, you still just put these things into play, which is pretty crazy. You also are... this split of Cruelclaw Kaalia is pretty interesting to me too. Obviously, we're an Arena of Glory deck with a bunch of big stuff. I think the Cruelclaw has been pretty good in our other Reanimator builds. I want to play some copies. I want to play some copies of Phlage also as like some backup grindy plans. But it's been weirdly pretty good. I played one Mox Amber yesterday, too, as like something you could hit off Atraxa, then cast another spell. Decided I didn't like the Mox Amber so much. But I don't know. Fun of Demonic Council. Nope. All right, let's get going. So on the draw in the blind here, I think I'm going to mulligan. Let's give this one a try on the draw on the bolus. I think I'm mulligan on 7, on 6 we'll keep. You got me. Thanks for the sub, Leonard. You got me. Easy bet. I guess when I was a kid, my dad once told me, if anyone ever tells you that I bet you $1 that there's a rock under that leaf, don't take the bet. It was very, very specific, I remember. If there's a rock under the leaf, don't take that bet. Very, very specific. What is Leyline Axe? It's a new card from Foundations. It's an artifact Leyline. It's an equipment. Gives equipped creature plus 1/1 double strike trample, and it's a Leyline, so it can enter the battlefield for free. No Bowmaster, no Bowmaster, no Bowmaster. Did you say it like that too? No, we don't really have Texas accents in our family. Or I guess that's not really Texas. We actually have some Tennessee accents though. Playing coffers. I was playing some coffers off stream last night, actually. The vibes were interesting. Alright, gonna have to figure out how to play through. We could take in the corruption, but I think with them having Cabal Coffers, Urborg Karn, we're not really in the business of tapping out here. I'm a huge fan of the 2x Colossus Synthesizer combo. Especially since Synctum can easily... So, wait, what is the combo? I'm going to incept that I don't have black mana into their brain here. Okay, so you have 2 synthesizers, you play a Colossus for 0, you make 2 constructs, but how are you sacrificing the Colossuses to loop them? Because I get that you can, from the graveyard, sack a Colossus and bring stuff back. Really? Are you doing that? Wait, didn't Channel Takanuma first? You could have cast a Karn, Goofy. Sack the Colossus to the Colossus. Oh, okay, cool. I see. All right. Can I kill my opponent if I can haste? I don't have a Arena of Glory. I'm gonna take Thoughtseize for sure. I'm gonna take Fear of Missing Out as the enchantment. I'm gonna take Ephemerate, land, and then I can still pick a creature. Or Bitter Reunion, I guess. I can take another Atraxa for the Kaalia that's in my hand. Or maybe I should just take a Bitter Reunion to haste the FOMO. Yeah, I think instead we just hit our opponent for 7. I could go Phlage, Ephemerate. That's 9 damage. It's pretty close. So there's our Arena of Glory. think we take that Consuming Corruption there. We just hold up Ephemerate. Discard a Phlage and discard a Prismatic Ending. So they have Fatal Push Up. I think I just get to get them with the, like, don't I just get to escape Phlage and then Ephemerate them to death? A little janky, but we'll get the job done, I think. So red, white. So they have Fatal Push. I don't want to Ephemerate right now. Ephemerate on their, in response to push or on their upkeep. I guess I should have stacked my triggers differently because I'm not playing around a Cling to Dust very well. Not that I think they have a Cling to Dust. All right. So up a game against Coffers. Bringing in all the Stonies, cutting the Solitude. They have Blast Zone and Fields. Maybe I should bring in Charmaw. These pendings are quite bad, I think. I mean, maybe they could hit some Graveyard Hate that they bring in. We have the Stonies. I think it's just leaning into the Stonies, Kaalia, Cruelclaw for Graveyard Hate. Can't you double Ephemerate anyways? Yeah. But I just should have stacked the triggers differently. Like, you always want to just put lethal in the stack and, like, make your opponent react and then have another lethal in hand. But it did not seem particularly risky. I'm jamming Mockingbird in the Window deck, and I think I broke the format. I mean, let's commit to getting weird with it, huh? Dude, that was the fastest Inquisition I've ever seen. Do like this top deck. In a deck with the discards, I consider main decking a Stony Silence with all the rings. That's pretty juicy. Let's see if they take it here. They take the fear of missing out. No respect. It's honestly a little surprising. I mean, I don't know. People never respect the Stony Silence, but like you have your rings are gone. Any graveyard hit you brought in is gone, and yeah, they're gonna field me off the Charmaw, I suppose. They leave me with Arena of Glory, which is interesting. I guess I'm getting a Mountain. So thankfully we get to play a Charmaw and save our lands from the Field of Ruin. I guess we should get Raucous Theater. Need a red. Well, if they have a surgical, that Griselbrand's not going anywhere, right? Because we have the Stony Silence in play, so it's either they have like Cling or surgical, or they can't deal with it. The Field of Ruin is a big problem, potentially killing a land, so I think I am just going to play a Charmaw here. Like, we don't really care about them tapping out for Ring, we don't really care about them tapping out for Karn if we play the Charmaw, so it should be okay. I don't like this deck compared to Esper Goryo's. Okay, they did have the Cling. There's a lot to like here. I'm still like pretty early into the testing phase or whatever, but I am liking this as an early draft, I suppose. Definitely liking this top deck. Remember, you can stack your triggers against the Dothy Voidwalker in such a way that it dies and your Phlage still goes to the graveyard. Like the Kaalia and the Cruelclaw plus Arena of Glory lets you beat Graveyard Hate pretty well. You get access to Phlage. You can't hardcast Atraxa with stuff. You lose Psychic Frog and the card is pretty broken. What is this color combo called? You call this one Mardu. It goes off the Khans of Tarkir. What do you call those? Clans? I think they're the clans. Used to be back in the day before that set came out. I think we were Charmaw instead of Escaping Phlage's turn. Like, they all had nicknames because they didn't have official names. And Mardu was always the one that didn't have, like, a real nickname that people agreed on. Like, people agreed on America for blue, white, red. They agreed on Bug for black, blue, green. So, like, that's the acronym BUG. Then Rug, Teamer, RUG. And then people called Abzan Junk, but people just did not agree on what to call Mardu. A lot of people called it Dega. I don't think Dega was ever really... I don't think it was ever really a hit, but they called it that because there was a dragon that was Mardu colors that was called Dega. Little history lesson. Yeah, black, white, green was junk. Mud for Mardu. Honestly, that would have been... I don't know if that's something people did. That would have been way better than Dega, I think. In my play group, we called it Dega, but it wasn't, I think, widely accepted. EC with the Twitch Prime, thank you, welcome back. And it's just because all the other ones, I think, just had, like, flashy nicknames, you know? Alright, let's give this one a go. A lot of good top decks here. Put on a mulligan to 4. Hand's very good if we draw a land or a discard outlet. Guess specifically a red land, right? Mulligan to 4 as Boros, potentially Domain Zoo. Domain Zoo does mulligan a bit more aggressively. That looks like it is Zoo and not... Oh, sorry. Looks like it's Boros and not Zoo, sorry. So hopefully we get to hit them with the Cruelclaw next turn. Even if we don't hit something really good, we'll have the ability to discard the Atraxa. So just hopefully they tap out for a 2-drop in this spot. Although I guess if it's a Johnny, they can double block. It is a Johnny. Okay, with that top deck, I'm definitely jamming here. Blue red is a pretty common color combo in front flags. I know, but like that's just what they called it. I'm just reporting the history. I agree. This was also the dialogue back then too. Okay, yeah, we can go ahead and pending this token, discard the Atraxa. Could maybe discard the Kaalia, but just a bit too weak to the burn spells, right? Very surprised they decided to not double block. Yeah, you can call it France or Poland or whatever if you want to. So they hit a Static Prison off their Amtraptor. I imagine this is going after my Cruelclaw, since that is the only permanent in play. They attack for 1. They put me down to 14. I like that we can go Goryo's this turn and then potentially Kaalia something into play next turn, I guess, and theirs or something. Probably going to hit our land drop with this Atraxa trigger. Monkey Butlers with the 16 months. Thank you. Welcome back, my friend. I hope that you're doing well. Okay, so we do miss on our Ephemerate. We're going to take a land. Doesn't really matter too much which one. I guess I'll take Marsh Flats because I don't want to get Basic Mountain. Just get Basic Swamp here and Thoughtseize probably. So grab that and then grab Fear of Missing Out and Atraxa. They have 1 card in their hand. Hopefully we don't get our Kaalia Thoughtseize, or hopefully they don't top deck a removal spell. Would not have minded them ringing too much, funny enough. So first energy opponent today, right? Been trying to work on a good Naya deck for the format, coming up short for list, thinking Rumble Phlage, possibly interview package. You know, we've played like 2 or 3 Naya, Rumble, Phlage, sometimes like Fanatic of Ronus, Detectives Phoenix. You can find in the Moxfield YRG if you want to take a look. There should be some YouTube content too. Okay, so do we jam our Kaalia or do we play it really scared and play a Phlage? I don't think we came today to play super scared. Our life total is pretty high. If they did draw a removal spell, we just still have the Phlage to clean up next turn. Ding, ding, ding. I just can't believe this feels like... this just feels so solid. I don't know. Arena of Glory is just like... it's just hell for card evaluation. You have to rethink everything, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to -4 Thoughtseize, +3 Pending, +2 Solitude. I don't know, maybe the Thoughtseizes are better than I think. We could get the Cruelclaws, potentially. They just kind of do get there, huh? Yeah, let's try this. Could be a better plan. I mean, here is Knight of the Reliquaries back on the table. I mean, Knight would be way better if you could arena it, but yeah, these kind of cards that don't get... You can't arena are not. Alright, I'm gonna give this one a go. So this is very important. You hit him with the oops. Do they believe the oops? I don't know. But you gotta pretend like you made a mistake here. This hand doesn't do anything. Well, we can go to discard, put this Kaalia in the yard, or Griselbrand in the yard, and then Goryo's that card. So it seems like this hand has a plan. Tap out, tap out. I think I'm okay to pending this and chill for a turn. Maybe my opponent taps out for the ring. Okay, they have not left up red mana right now. They hit a ring off the Raptor, which they cannot cast. If they don't play a land, they won't have Revolt for Fatal Push available either. Incoming Surgical. Okay, well, I hope I don't have to ban you if they have it. I think Solitude is keepable here. Oh my gosh, I almost clicked through that. And this Griselbrand just stays in play. So I have Solitude plus Ephemerate. I think I should probably just do that now. Let's leave this Atraxa in play to put it. I'll just pitch another Kaalia. Sweet commander deck, thanks. I didn't net deck it. Yeah, I agree. I could not believe how solid Kaalia is. It's just like, oh, the Kaalia gets exiled, right? That's okay. Maybe we should have pitched the Atraxa. Yeah, this hand does nothing. I'll block. Well, actually, I have the Ephemerate rebound coming down. Yeah, let's not block. Got plenty of life points, especially with the Phlage coming. Sure. Don't know if I'm supposed to Phlage or if I'm supposed to Pyroclasm, I guess. Well, I know I should cast that. I think I'll go Phlage into... Put a Griselbrand into play. Yeah, I know. I will have to update Kaalia for the MH3 video. I was just thinking that. Why not haste the Griselbrand? Might have been a better play. Killing the Guide of Souls also feels like pretty comfy because if my opponent can deal with the Griselbrand, then I have the Phlage ready for next turn. Yeah, Kaalia was an image 3 card that I thought I would never ever play, but I'm trying to get weird with it. Trying to really explore new options, try to keep an open mind, and just be as like as undismissive of card ideas as possible. Thanks, Ruby. Oh, sorry. I meant to like respond to Bowmaster with the draw 7. I don't think it's really gonna matter, but it's okay. Yeah, we could have hasted the Griselbrand with Bitter Reunion last turn. All right, 2-0ing energy, as you oftentimes do in Goryo's decks. I'm gonna Thoughtseize myself off of Blood Crypt turn 1. Last seen 1 days ago on Boros Energy, but they didn't reveal a Gigantha. No Gigantha here either, though. I will say the Crocus and Kimono or Kurnos. I think it was Sanchez who suggested that, but that card could also be better with Arena of Glory. Or like, you know, you need to get in there, but it's just not good with Kaalia, which is tough. I loved your Archway of Innovation deck. Yeah, I think the Archway deck is pretty good. I think it's really underrated. I need to spend some more time with it too, and maybe I can try getting weird with that. I wanted to play Archway of Innovation plus Finale of Devastation. I wanted to play. Maybe I should Hand Hider also. Oh, I thought that this was broken. Okay, whatever. I wanted to Archway of Innovation Finale of Devastation, where you make a lot of food tokens, and then you improvise a big finale that, you know, X equals 10 wins the game. I think that they're so like the problem is it's like finale is really nice as like it's an incidental thing that you can Archway of Innovation. But I don't know if you just like play Emrakul also. Just cast it for 10 green, yeah. And then you get like, you know, whatever. Any chance you could do something weird with Risen Reef? Yeah, maybe. I had something with Risen Reef recently. That's true. If we Thoughtseize ourselves, we don't need the Hand Hider, but they could make their like mulligan decision based on their hand. Am I going to play the Blade of the Bloodchief deck anymore? Yeah, maybe. I think I would like to play more than just that one league of it. Can you play that with Asmo for a good cheap finale target? Yeah, of course you would play with Asmo. So one like finale, you basically always play Asmo when you play finale, but Asmo also gives you food tokens to improvise with. So it's like a nice little I don't know what you call it. Nice little ecosystem you've got going. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go for the end of turn Goryos now that I know they're on, you know, Boros. Hopefully we find White Source plus Ephemerate. Or I threw up the Hand Hider's opponent been sus before. No, but it's just that like when an opponent queues in and then it takes them 2 minutes to show up before they make their mulligan decision, they could be, not that they necessarily are, but they could be looking to see how they should mulligan, but it's okay. Like that'll be happening some percentage of the time. So if like you have opponents who pause and we're not doing anything anyways because they're not here, it could just be like a correct to have the Hand Hider upright. Okay, so let's pick Pending, Plains, Griselbrand, Goryo, Fear of Missing Out. And then we can just go Pending and Ocelot Pride, FOMO, discard a Griselbrand to be able to Goryo's the Griselbrand next turn. Unfortunately, we did not find a Ephemerate. I guess we should cast our Fear of Missing Out before we cast our Prismatic Ending, because we could still have one more chance to find Ephemerate. Yeah, I was looking at the Boros control deck yesterday. I have some interesting tech for the Field of Ruin Monumental Hinge shell that I don't want to disclose yet. But it's that it like I don't know if I want to be Boros, and I don't know if I want to be mono white in the Hinge Field of Ruin shell. But I do have some new tech. I do have some new tech that is continuing with my mission statement. So we can actually FOMO to untap our Griselbrand. Oh wait, I guess we won't because we'll take the creature out of the yard. I guess that's okay. We can Pending the Static Prison potentially. My opponent hits a Phlage off the Amptraptor. Could you have had Delirium for FOMO that turn? I mean, we could have, but if you're suggesting having used Arena of Glory, it doesn't seem like it would have been very, very worth it. So I don't have anything in my hand for the Kaalia. So it seems like I should just start off by Goryo's the Griselbrand. We have 4 Ephemerates in the deck. We haven't found one yet. right, let's find one. So now I can Prismatic Ending the Static Prison, going to 5 life to do so, because I don't think I have a white shock land in my hand. Or I can play Swamp and Thoughtseize and go to 6 life. So I'll have another blocker. I could block here and survive, even if they have a Static Prison, or if they have Arena of Glory for Phlage. I guess I'm not dead because I can block. Let's Thoughtseize. Not convinced, but let's Thoughtseize. Okay. They didn't have Arena of Glory, did they? Yeah, no Arena of Glory. Which I don't think we're dead to anyways. We mostly just died to Static Prison. So I want to probably Kaalia next turn. I guess I could discard Phlage. You're dead to Arena 6 phase. Oh, right. Never mind. I thought I'd be able to block. Hopefully that doesn't summon the Arena to their hand. Yeah, dead to Bombardment, dead to Arena. Not doing great against Ring, but they do pack it in. Alright, so let's just sideboard the same way we did last time, since it worked out, I guess. Ain't broke, don't fix it. Would be cool to trophy with this deck after trophying with the mono blue deck yesterday. When Nephilim attacks, return target creature from graveyard battlefield tapped and attacking. Unfortunately, it doesn't Arena of Glory. So almost a non-starter for me. Let's keep this hand. Maybe we can Ephemerate FOMO for some card selection. My opponent's on a mulligan to 6 on the play here. Everybody loves a good Thoughtseize yourself. Turn 1 win. So Godless Shrine, Prismatic Ending. I think I'm going to discard Bitter Reunion. Obviously love this top deck. If we draw an Atraxa Griselbrand, I guess we could Ephemerate and then Goryo's all in one go. We do have our black source. We'll see if that's enough. I'm going to discard the Ephemerate, I guess. And get in for 2 combat steps. Okay, ban Guide of Souls. I think I need to save the Sphere of Missing Out for a creature I draw at this point. Seems like I'll have some time. It only has 1 card in their hand. Hopefully they don't go land ring. Another copy of Exercise. So 1 card in their hand. Your turn. Saving this for when I draw Griselbrand or Atraxa. I'm under no pressure. Hopefully you have some time. There's some pressure. Yeah, I think because I can now turn these Goryo's Vengeances into Lightning Helixes. Well, for better or for worse. Oh, okay, so now I get to go Helix the Ocelot Pride. Remember, you can't attack with your Phlage if you Goryo's Vengeance it. And then hopefully this ticks down to let me discard the Atraxa and then get it back. Don't think there's much reason to play this now. Holy Wild Brew, want to RCQ with altered version of Goryo, so curious. Came to stream this Majesty. Yeah, this deck's pretty sick. Thank you, Ace. Again, I'm trying to get really weird with it. I don't think I'm doing a great job articulating exactly what that means, but I think this deck is a good example. Okay, so they tick down to 1 energy. 2 cards in their hand. Amped Raptor. Might just be using this to make some energy. They find a Lightning Bolt. 3 life or 1 energy. They decide to go with the 1 energy, and I think that's likely the correct call. Holy guacamole. Let's just conceal that we have that for now, I think. I think I'm just gonna take 2, probably. Okay, I'm down to 17 life points. My opponent has 2 cards in their hand. Seems okay to me. Alright, I'll play it now. Why not Through the Breach? I mean, we're playing Kaalia and Cruelclaw, which I think are doing what Through the Breach might do, but better. Through the Breach being a 5-drop is just, like, too high on the curve. Well, worth adding a green source to the deck? Well, a green source is kind of tough when you don't also have a blue source. You need both green and blue mana to cast Atraxa, and I don't think it's worth to play both. If it was just one, I think it'd be fine. Static Prison is pretty fun in these kind of games. Like the sub-game of keeping the prison active. I'm a little bit worried about Threeven Charm. What can you do? Alright, 3060. Let's get a trophy prediction, huh? But 1 extra damage, you can play it for cheaper, but you can't split up the damage. Play Mono Green Marvel. It went a lot better off stream than on, but yeah, I think the deck's pretty fun. I would recommend it for a spin. Orange with the 5 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Weird triple Thoughtseize hand. Let's keep. The Goryo's Mirror, huh? Why? I don't understand these Jaces. Jaces, for me, Jace has been like, I've been so off of it for like years now in the Goryo's archetype. And then as soon as you got access to Psychic Frog, Wandering Emperor, all of a sudden people are like, yes, Jace, let's bring it back in. I don't understand really. Yeah, maybe they're just getting weird. Oh my gosh, what happened? I can't even undo this mana. Damn it, dude. Yeah, I think like Frog, Archaeologist, and Emperor, and Tainted Indulgence, and Faithful Mending are all better than Jace. My opponent keeps the card on top, though. Believers in Shambles. Yeah, I mean, I actually genuinely don't even know how that happened. And okay, so they graveyard this Ulamog, but there's also like there's nothing in exile at the moment. I guess they could force some negation to put some stuff in exile. So they force pitching Psychic Frog for that purpose, but thankfully I do have another Thoughtseize. So I can take the Goryo's Vengeance. Leave them with just a Prismatic Ending. Yeah, sometimes you just get magic online. That was what we could maybe watch the clip, but very rarely you get like yeah, I did literally nothing there. I don't even know how I lagged through the turn. Like it happens sometimes. Yes, Jace. Okay, so it's their turn here. I don't press F6. I don't press F6. My hand is always off the keyboard. Yeah, maybe they're just getting weird. Oh my gosh, what happened? Literally, I don't even F6 on their turn. Or I guess I'm F6'd right now. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I do Atraxa though. Magic Online give, Magic Online take away. I don't know what to say. You auto-yielded till end of turn. I did it on their turn, though, right? I didn't do it on my turn. I must have done it on their turn, and then there was severe lag to skip my turn. But I didn't yield in that clip, though. So it was even, like, pre that clip. Okay, so the hand is Prismatic Ending, mystery card. Hopefully this is just a Prismatic Ending. It looks like it is. And a frog. So look, things, despite getting time walked by Magic Online, game one's looking pretty good. No Ephemerates though, so we gotta keep working for it. Gonna take Goryo's Vengeance, gonna take Atraxa again, gonna take Bitter Reunion, and then we already have an Arena of Glory, so I can just take a Mire. And then we go Prismatic Ending here. So we know no card in their hand. The graveyard and Atraxa. Pretty good card. Yeah, I guess I get Godless Shrines if I miss on Ephemerate, I can grab the Thoughtseize. Not that they probably have anything good to Thoughtseize. Alright, there's Ephemerate. So we'll take that, Cruelclaw, Prismatic Ending, an Arena of Glory, I guess. Good to have the Solitude up. Phlage looking pretty good. All of this is looking pretty good. I'll take the Phlage, FOMO, Goryos, another Arena, I guess. I don't know. Then we can probably just discard Phlage, Arena, land. Main deck Pest Control. Right, GG. So they get to see my hand, but they die to the Thoughtseize. They get to see the tech. No, they didn't reveal Kaalia, I guess. So I'm not playing any Graveyard Hate of my own. I want to bring in the 4 Thoughtseize, especially against, so the second Solitude, especially against them being on Ulamog. I think I'm just going to go -1 Phlage, +1 Solitude, click submit. They're probably favored. They have like just way more interaction than us. Oh yeah, I guess they saw Kaalia off on the Atraxa flip. That's right. That's right. I mean, Prismatic Ending is pretty important to have on the draw against Frog decks. We have Arena of Glory plus Kaalia, but no second red for Arena. Nothing big to put into play. But I think I'm going to give this one a keep. Have I cast Kaalia? Yeah, we've done the thing several times today. My opponent graveyards a frog, which is interesting. Good top deck for us. Jace. Little pup with the 3 years. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Let's go. It's really good that they can't discard anything from their hand. Yeah, we have the Kaalia, so I don't think we keep the Goryos at this point. What's very weird too is like in this spot, if I had seen Atraxa or Griselbrand, I would put it into my hand instead of the graveyard. Main phase Indulgence. Does discard an Atraxa. Plays a basic plains, then plays their Ghost Vacuum. So I can Prismatic Ending the Ghost Vacuum. Maybe bring in a Stony Silence for game 3. Exile Goryos. Graveyard. Alright, so we may just get Atraxa. I don't know, we have 4 pendings. I don't know if we need the Stony. Okay, if they had Goryos, I don't think they'd be playing the Sewers. So that's good news for me. They would be wanting to hit an untapped land off the Atraxa most of the time. They put an Indulgence in the graveyard, which is unhinged. And they do have an Emperor of Bones. If they exile the Atraxa and we draw a Solitude or... Okay, they exile the Frog. But if they had exiled the Atraxa this turn, it could have been nice for us. Alright. Go time. No consign, thankfully. So we have 2 Solitudes to draw into. Opponent is at 8 life. So we miss on the first look. If we pay 7 more, we go down to 12, which doesn't die to Atraxa plus Emperor of Bones, so probably an easy draw 7 more. And we do find the Solitude. Ding, ding, ding. We already have a Kaalia that's not getting exiled. Just pitch that, I think. Is Ghost Vacuum better than Hearse? I think it's better than Hearse and Goryo's, because you can actually contribute to your plan with it. Fuck. So I'm going to go down to 1. I wish I had a second Atraxa here, so I could Goryo's 1, and then... I guess I could Goryo's that. I also want to be able to haste Cruelclaw. I'm going to be at 1 life, so I guess I discard the Thoughtseize. Why no Solitude in response to the Adept instead? Well, they could draw Consign. They could have another counterspell in their hand. That might have been the better line, though, to just play around Ephemerate. Also, yeah, we also get to discard the hand size less. The real gamble is drawing 7 more cards for 7 more. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly a good gamble math-wise, but definitely an option. Hey, Lucy. Okay, so my opponent reveals a Jace, a Solitude, a Psychic Frog, an Ulamog, a Prismatic Ending, a Thoughtseize, a Goryo's Vengeance, an Emperor of Bones, and I think another Ghost Vacuum. So good to know they have 2. That probably makes me bring in the first Stony Silence. Notably, they did not reveal an Ephemerate here, so unless that was the 1 card already in their hand, they're going to lose their Atraxa, which is a pretty big game. Yeah, Kaalia the thing just stays in play. It's kind of nice. So we're probably going to be going hasting FOMO for Arena of Glory, and then either cast Goryo's Vengeance. Yeah, so I guess if they kill my Kaalia, I can Goryo's Atraxa. And if they don't, I can put this into play. Yeah, the crazy. I thought I had animations turned off. Maybe that's what caused the lag earlier. What's weird, you turn off animations and they're just still here. They choose Goryo's, Solitude, Thoughtseize, Ghost Vacuum, Shadowy Backstreet. They chose... Oh, they did choose Solitude, sorry. I go to 1, they go to 15. But they didn't choose Prismatic Ending. They chose Thoughtseize instead of Prismatic Ending. Which is kind of weird, because that means that they might not have a white card for Solitude. If you Solitude in response to the adapt, they can adapt again. Oh, I guess so, yeah. Good to know. So can we assume that our opponent's 1 mystery card, again, their hand is Goryo's, Solitude, Ghost Vacuum, Shadowy Backstreet. Can we assume their mystery card is a white card for Solitude? We probably should assume that. Yeah, these games have been really fun. You can have Solitude response to exile trigger. Oh yeah, sorry. If you do that, then the Atraxa is exiled. Okay, so they main phase exile this, so I can go Prismatic Ending and response Goryo's, which I think is going to be the correct choice from them. Although now I can Goryo's Cruelclaw and then FOMO that, and then I'm attacking. And if they assuming they Solitude this, we might be in good shape. Okay, then they main phase Solitude, pitch Atraxa to play around Ephemerate. Okay, so that's what they had. Their hand is now what? Goryo's. Sorry, I need to double check. Goryo's and Shadowy Backstreet. Okay. So, what do we want to do? So if I attack, I think that I want to go haste FOMO, discard Goryo's Vengeance. Yeah, I don't. If I draw a big thing, I just put it into play. Oh no, sorry, that's what. No, I'm casting it on the Cruelclaw here. Sorry about that. 6 + 2 + 2. Yeah, we just have a lot of good hits here. And we get 2 looks because we get to FOMO the Cruelclaw. Maybe we're supposed to attack on with Kaalia the second phase. So if we hit, yeah, we guess we could draw into this potentially. It's a little bit weird, right? So take their Goryos. Don't need to worry so much about the Emperor because it has counters on it. I'm at 6. Bitter Reunion. I guess we cast that. So they have to draw an untapped land to put Atraxa into play, and it's also just a 1/1, no menace. So they would die to me Prismatic Ending it and getting them. There's Atraxa. So we could put that into play off Kaalia next turn, potentially. Their hand right now is just a Shadowy Backstreet. They also have the Cephalid Colosseum. Haste 2 FOMOs for 3 Cruelclaw attacks. Well, I can't haste FOMO and cast Goryos. That's 6 mana. I only had 4 there, right? Or 5. What's wrong with taking the Backstreets? Griselbrand in the graveyard. So now they're going to look for a Goryo's Vengeance off the Colosseum. That would get me. That would be a really sad way to lose this game, but this game would have been pretty good either way, I guess. Pretty annoying. Game 3. That's true. Kaalia gets a lot better if they get some Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there. Has Ephemerate been good? And it seems like there's a small number of hits, although it's obviously great with Atraxa. 4 Ephemerate is mandatory in your Goryo's Atraxa decks. Just, I don't know. Yeah. This also has some synergy with FOMO and Solitude, but you must play 4 Ephemerates. Alright, I wanted a Stony Silence. Let's get the Phlage. Sad spot there. Shout out to Cephalid Colosseum. They had to both find a Goryo's off there 4 looks and get a creature in the yard. And Bible Universe Beyond. Okay, on the play. Yeah, it was a great game. Okay, my opponent, or I'm keeping 7. Bolt the Bird, 17 months. Thank you, welcome back. Opponent's on a mulligan to 6. Don't mind the Thoughtseize so much, I guess. They probably take the FOMO, yeah. So let's get a Elegant Parlor. Definitely keeping that. We don't have Arena of Glory, but Parlor's just like, or these cards are just so good in these like sideboard games where they're gonna have like a bunch of forced negations and consigns and ghost vacuums and probably very few fatal pushes. If they get Solitude, it's a nice 2-for-1 for us. There's the Ghost Vacuum. It's a bit awkward if I surveil and I see an Atraxa or whatever, but surveilling is better if, like, literally anything else happens, so... I think I'm going to graveyard it. We'll be able to Prismatic Ending before they activate, and we could draw Arena of Glory, which of course would be a really big deal here. We get a Godless Shrine. Cruelclaw. You will live. The infamous Cruelclaw, you're going to live. Too soon. Too soon to say goodbye. Oh, every time I sing, Lucy comes and says hi. It's so cute. All right, the Exile of FOMO. I draw Solitude, which is pretty interesting. Let's just attack and see what happens. Dude, Cruelclaw is great when it lives, and you get to hit your opponent with it. Thoughtseize. Yes, I would like to cast that. I think I'm going to discard the Solitude. Solitude's pretty good, but I think I just kind of want everything else a little bit more. Opponent with the classic Plains Tainted Indulgence draw. I think I'll take one of the Indulgences. Could take the Solitude in these spots. And then I don't really see a ton of reason to pending this right now and like tap out of Ephemerate as a protection spell for the Cruelclaw. Interesting that Lucy isn't here. We can't see. Yeah, we put Lucy's chair in Esther's room, and ever since then, haven't had the cam, huh? So that they did draw their land, so now they can put Atraxa into the yard. Your braver man than I'd have been Solitude. I mean, it was either Solitude or FOMO, and I'm a bit ambitious, perhaps, that I can hit them twice a turn with the FOMO this game, but it feels like that could happen. Okay, so I'm going to cast Kaalia. Well, now they can exile my FOMO and get me off Delirium. It's a bit awkward. Yeah, I think I'm just going to save the Ephemerate as a protection spell in case they hit removal instead of Goryo's off the Indulgence. On the other hand, is Ephemerate, Indulgence, Atraxa. So one problem too here is that if they do find the Goryos, then they already have the Ephemerate, which is going to be very tough to beat. We'd have to basically draw, something for the Kaalia, or hit off the Cruelclaw. Where to get the Windbreaker there? This is at MagicCon Vegas. Me and Esther got matching set. Okay, I don't like that they're thinking about what to discard here. But of course, if they drew the land immediately for the Indulgence, then they drew the Goryos, it's just like, always tough to win when the deck is stacked. Graveyard the Backstreet, 3 cards in hand. I love games like this, so to play very differently. Yeah, I agree, there's a lot of decision points. Looks like no Goryo's Vengeance. Don't really see a ton of purpose in Thoughtseizing pre-combat. I think I just want to see what happens with the Cruelclaw. Do they have Solitude? On the other hand, is Ephemerate and 2 mystery cards. Do you think they're sandbagging? I think there's like 0% chance they would sandbag in these spots. Maybe I should say 0% that they should. You could FOMO for a thing to put down with Kaalia. That's true. They can sign the wrong trigger. Let's go. Okay, and then they Solitude, target my Cruelclaw. So we can Ephemerate. And then there's nothing for me to Thoughtseize here. My opponent takes 2 down to 6. I'm going to put 7 points of power in play. No Goryos one time. Ulamog in the graveyard, no cards in hand. We are 4-0 with Kaalia of the Vast. Trophy prediction already happened. Let's get it. Hopefully just play against Boros. Can we work with this? On the play, last seen today on Mono Bluetron. Kamala. I'm trying to look at my opponent's deck. 2 gifts, 2 Factor Fiction. What a juicer. These Kozilek's commands are pretty scary too. What a mulligan, I think. Another 1-lander, and not as good of a 1-lander, I guess. Let's mulligan. This would be way better if this Arena of Glory entered untap. It might still enter untapped, I guess. Or we have to find another land. Instead, it seems like Thoughtseizing next turn and then setting up for the turn 4 Goryos would just be the plan. Am I in love with Modern again? I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm you know, my new attitude of let's get weird with it, I think has been pretty fun, and this week has been good so far. Kozilek's Command, Mana Leak with no blue mana. Okay, so it looks like we may have an Atraxa versus Ring situation, assuming that they get Tron next turn, and then on turn 3 they play their Ring, and I play my Atraxa. When was the best Modern has been in recent memory? I loved MH2 Modern. I'm like the only one that like loved it. I'm like the only one in the world that I mean, not the only one, but just loved it. So when did you say you're getting weird with Mutate? I will commit to giving a look at Mutate. I hate Mutate so much, but I do need to have a new attitude. So they grab a Minamo here, so they are opting for counter magic instead of Tron. Maybe they just have Tron already though. They play the Minamo. Almost seems like they were thinking about playing Ring or holding up the Mana Leak here. So I don't love that so much. Okay, let's keep this fear of missing out. I could hit a land here, and since I drew something good to discard, I think it's just fine to main phase. So next turn I could Ephemerate, discard this, 2 more cards in the yard, and maybe I just escape a Phlage to bait counter magic. Let's see, did they find Tron? They did. Never an easy trophy match as my opponent gets to play the Ring with Mana Leak up. Nauseating. Surprisingly, I don't draw second Goryo's Vengeance here. My opponent has pro everything, so we're not going to be hasting the Phlage, but we will be casting it. My opponent chooses to not Mana Leak. So what's kind of fun about that is if I Goryos and they counter the Goryos. Oh, they also have. Oh, sorry, I forgot they have just the mana for this. Never mind. Okay. So let's separate Sink into the Stupor and the basic island. Very good Fact or Fiction. Not sure about this. Should put map and lands versus spells. No. I think almost definitely not. If you're thinking we're trying to stop my opponent from hitting a land next turn, they have the Ring. They're going to hit a land. I think that I don't want to give them 2 pieces of interaction, so I have to split up, I think, the bounce effects and the spell snare. I don't think the island or the map matter that much. But we I don't know, they had it. How many Charmaws do I have? Only 2, but I also have these Stony Silences, which should help a lot, or some at least. So they did take the Spell Snare, which means they don't have a bounce effect necessarily for my board. We have in play patterns, though. Not a fan of Sphere vs. Tron? No. Especially not Blue Tron. Debbie's Fervistron seems like a no-brainer. I don't know if it seems like a no-brainer. It isn't a no-brainer. It's not even good against them, especially not good against Bluetron. They like curve out at 4. Okay, let's back it in. It is a brainer. You should think about it, and in my opinion, it's not good to bring in. Yeah, I think with the Stony Silences, we don't need the pending so much. Maybe I want to play like 1 Phlage, 1 pending. Let's try this. Damping Sphere is almost exclusively for Storm and Titan. Yeah, classic modern trophy match, Kaalia versus Mono Blue, Tron, Factor Fiction. Is Pick Your Poison just not good anymore? Pick Your Poison is about as good as popular Titan and Zoo are. Are there main deck ways besides Thoughtseize to stop opponents' plan? Well, yeah, you have Prismatic Ending and a Solitude. But yeah, you're mostly just kind of aggressive, right? With FOMO, Cruelclaw, Kaalia. Just gain a lot of life, ignore them in a lot of games. Mewtwo, when he shit on Damping Sphere, is the Charmaw is better. Charmaw is better. Damping Sphere is not good against them. As it can be good if they have Tron. They're mono blue Tron, so they're not going to have Tron that often. Even when they do have Tron, our opponent's deck curves out at like 4. So you're spending turn 2 to slow your deck down, especially a deck that's trying to go Goryo's Ephemerate. Damping Spheres like really hurts your plan too a lot. So you can't double spell so much. But you're time walking yourself and just giving your opponent all the time in the world to counterspell your stuff, play a 4-drop, whatever. Alright. Love this hand. What the fuck is an Archon anyways? Yeah, what is an Archon? What even is that? Good question. Fun Black Mono Blue Tron was my first modern deck. Yeah, there was a time I remember on Magic Online when I was first getting into it in like 2013, maybe 2014, that like Mono Blue Tron have the highest win rate on Magic Online. Is a very, very popular modern deck. I remember I was playing Soul Sisters a lot. Archon is like a lord. Yeah, but what is it? What are the things that they're riding on? So like Archons seem to be a person who's riding on like a Sphinx or some big winged creature. But what is that creature? Is the creature itself the Archon? It's part of the Archon. Okay, excellent Moldify. I'm going to take that map. Gift Strong was crazy. My opponent, according to the what's it called? It said that they were playing gifts. Try to conceal the Arena of Glory, I guess. I'm gonna just not F6 this turn to try to avoid the bug. They play an Urza's Tower, and then they've drawn another map. The real Bluetron player is just never awkward draw. Oh no, I've awkward drawn. Fuck. I didn't realize I couldn't Cruelclaw haste this turn. I needed to play Arena into Arena. So I think I take the Ring. Both are very good here, though. Maybe we'll draw a Charmaw, or hit a Charmaw off the Cruelclaw, then Ephemerate it. Yeah, finding the Thoughtseize kind of bails us out. Like, we wouldn't have hit anything too good, but still bad sequencing. Kind of tough, too. Do I want to haste with Bitter Union? I think it's better to keep up Ephemerate so that our Cruelclaw hits are better. We can protect Cruelclaw from Kozilek's command, potentially. Is Voidwalker not seeing much play? Yeah, Voidwalker is not seeing a lot of play these days. Well, now I regret not taking the Ring. Hopefully I do not lose this match full of regrets. Let's get in, though. Charmaw, Atraxa, Thoughtseize. All excellent hits here. Played Anviltron in recent times. I have not played Anviltron in a while, no. It's kind of an honor for the Bluetron player to read your card. Archon comes from the Greek word of ruler, so ruler of cruelty, I see. But what are the things they're writing? Wolf, horse, elk. It's pretty cool. Okay, I mean, I attack. They can't Kozilek's command to block. They can only make one spawn. We have Menace. We hit a Stony Silence. I guess I will discard a Stony Silence to cast this. Anywhere at the Goblin Engineer Arena ideas. No, I kept trying to go like figure out if there's a loop with Goblin Engineer Cursed Mirror, and it's just not an ETB trigger, so I don't think there is one or it's going to work. But I got really stuck on that for a while. So the fact that they can't go Kozilek's Command into Ring this turn is now pretty nice for me. Pseudo biblical features. There's figures. There's somehow rulers. Interesting. The third and last Stony Silence. So let's go to combat. I think my opponent will try to exile my Cruelclaw and then scry draw. If they do that, I should probably just cast the other one, right? This way, the Ephemerate can like Ephemerate a Charmaw. Instead, they're making spawns to chump block, which certainly plays a lot better around my hand. So a fear of missing out to like multiple combat step could be good. My opponent puts 2 cards on top, 2 on the bottom. Notably, they don't have any blue mana at the moment. Hopefully they didn't find another Kozilek's Command. So there's blue mana. This doesn't bode well. Looks like Portent probably, right? Portent hitting an Ugin. They also burn in Test of Talents. Okay, I guess that's it for us. Very weird end of the league. Pretty cool to play for a trophy with Kaalia. This deck was very fun. Good to get weird with it today. Portent, One Ring. Yeah, Ugin. I guess I'm not dead, right? Because I can ephemerate my Cruelclaw. I can haste my new Cruelclaw. If only I had something in my hand for Kaalia, that would be so fitting. What am I hoping to hit? Charmaw? Charmaw would be pretty nice because it wouldn't die to. Is this player, not player or planeswalker? So I think Charmaw is kind of the best hit here. I hit a Goryo's Vengeance. Ha, c'est la vie. So close. Okay. Fun league. I'm gonna raid Misplaced Ginger. Let's open her chest real quick.